Aaron Rodgers has finally made his decision. He's staying in Green Bay on a 4-year, $200 million contract extension. Now, I've been a Rodgers defender. I think he's the greatest quarterback I've ever seen. But the level of hypocrisy in his decision is something I cannot defend. Hello everyone, welcome back to Into Sports. I'm your host Evan. Today, I'm talking Aaron Rodgers and his most recent antics. But before I do me a big favor and click the subscribe button because, well, it would help me out a lot. Anyways, I know what you're thinking. What? What's wrong with Aaron Rodgers returning to Green Bay? But to understand that decision, we have to look at the last 12 months because that sets the framework for this contract. So in the 2020 draft, the Packers drafted a quarterback, Jordan Love, in the first round. And Aaron Rodgers clearly did not love that. But it didn't spark immediate action because he goes through the 2020 season and wins MVP. But then they lose to the Bucs in the NFC Championship game. And then a few months later, on draft day, Adam Schefter reports that Aaron Rodgers does not want to return to Green Bay. In different interviews, Rodgers basically says that his beef with the Packers is their management, and specifically their GM, Brian Gutekunst. He didn't have a good relationship with Gutekunst, and he wanted more say in personnel decisions because he is frustrated that he hasn't been surrounded with elite talent. He watched Tom Brady with 3 great receivers and a great defense and said, "Oh, I want that. I need more talent around me." And that's why he spent the last 12 months talking about wanting a trade. But there's something wrong with that. He just signed a 4-year, $200 million contract. So now his team has less money to bring in key free agents and re-sign important players. So Aaron Rodgers literally did not put his money where his mouth was. He complained about his surroundings and now has put his team in a position where they can't upgrade his surroundings because he wanted his money. If he wanted to be Tom Brady and have an elite roster around him, then why did he choose to become the highest paid player in the sport? And I know Rodgers actually brought his cap number down this year, but he's making $200 million over the next 4 years. So that means he really won't be surrounded well in years 2, 3, and 4. And I know guys like Peyton Manning and Drew Brees, 2 great all-time quarterbacks, they were always up there in terms of quarterback salary. But they didn't tell their own teammates not to get their money, like Rodgers' former teammate Greg Jennings alleges.
Aaron Rodgers came to me when I signed my deal with the Green Bay Packers, my extension, my first extension after my rookie deal, came up to me because players had been going back to the organization front office and trying to renegotiate and not being happy with the contract that had been signed. And his words to me were, "Don't be that guy. Don't sign this contract and then want more money." Now, all of a sudden, you forget those words that you have poured out.
Aaron Rodgers threatens to leave because he wanted better surrounding talent, then turns around and signs a $200 million deal. Tells teammates not to be that guy who squeezes the organization for every last penny, and then spends 12 months cornering his organization, leading to him getting every last penny. The whole Aaron Rodgers Packers situation has been dripping with hypocrisy, and Rodgers can't hide that anymore after signing his new deal. But that's not the only hypocritical Aaron Rodgers moment recently. Remember how Rodgers and Favre were basically mortal enemies for like the majority of the 2010s? Now, they've mended fences recently, but it was really rocky between them in the past because Rodgers didn't like Favre. He didn't like him personally, and he didn't like his antics because Favre was dramatic when Rodgers was drafted. Favre threatened retirement multiple times. Favre requested a trade from the Packers not long after Rodgers was drafted. But what has Aaron Rodgers done in the last, let's say, 24 months? Oh, well, he got really dramatic and passive-aggressive when the Packers drafted Jordan Love. He threatened retirement repeatedly. He tried to orchestrate his way out of Green Bay with a trade. Huh, that sounds awfully familiar. Oh, right. That's almost exactly what Brett Favre did. Aaron Rodgers lamented Favre for years because of his antics, and then followed almost perfectly in Favre's exact footsteps, hurting his organization and teammates in an extremely similar way. If that's not hypocrisy, I don't know what is. Now, with all that being said, I will not stand for any Aaron Rodgers on-field slander. People say he's a playoff choker, but the reality is, that's not true. If I need to win a game, there's still no quarterback I'd rather have in my lifetime than Aaron Rodgers. But what I can't side with Rodgers on is his recent actions. He complains about not having great surroundings and then signs a contract that won't allow his organization to surround him well. He tells teammates not to be the guy that demands all the money and then corners the Packers, leading to him being the highest paid player in the history of the sport on a per-year basis. He holds a grudge against Favre for years because of his antics, and then copies the same antics he disliked so much, almost to a T. Aaron Rodgers has become one of the most hypocritical athletes we've seen recently, and his recent contract extension cemented just that.